Hi, I'm Jamie.
I'm Jen.
Welcome to our podcast, All Things Unbroken.
Life breaks us in ways we never expect, but God rebuilds us in ways we could never imagine.
So come hang with us as we talk about relationships, motherhood, wellness, grief, recovery,
And the slow, beautiful process of becoming unbroken. Hello.
Hi. Hello.
Hello. Merry
How are you?
Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Cheers. We
What do
have
you have in
snowflakes
your
too.
what do you have
I
in your cup?
have Trader Joe's winter wake up tea.
Mm.
I don't know if I'm supposed to say Trader Joe's. They're not paying us, but maybe they will.
I have water.
Boring. No, I'm
Oh
just
no.
kidding.
It's hot. It's like 60 something degrees in Texas today.
Yeah, it's I don't know if it's that warm here, but I actually went for a walk outside because it was just so nice.
Yes, the
But
sun's out. The sun is out.
yes,
Um,
but when this goes out, it will be really close to Christmas. So I don't know what the weather will be like the day we release.
in a week, in a couple weeks. It'll be probably cold. I think we have a cold front coming in this next week. So,
Mhm.
anyways, how's your day?
It's
Sorry, that
going
was
pretty
loud.
well.
Hmm.
You're good. It's going pretty well. I talked to you a little bit earlier. Got a lot of things done, a lot of dreaming, a lot of planning, a lot of things, all the things. And then I went for
All
a
the
walk
things.
because it
Okay.
looked warm outside and sunny. And I thought, Dougal and I need to take advantage of this opportunity and make a lap. So we did a little 1 mile walk and it was colder than I thought it was going to be because it was windy. And so, but it was great. It was great. How was your day?
It was good. I've been productive. My husband's working from home. I went to PT because my elbow, I don't know if I've talked about that, but I've had an elbow issue for probably going on, it'll be about 3 months now. Um, and today was the first physical therapy, and they gave me some exercises, and I am trying to hold off and not have surgery. So if we can strengthen the things, that's what we're doing. And I'm happy because insurance is paid for end of the year. We kind of spoke about that a little bit
Yeah.
earlier, but one of the things that I've learned, and we talked about this earlier, is like advocating for your health. And I will just go ahead and put this out there. I went to got to get MRI a couple of weeks ago, and I went back to the doctor. And he's like, "Okay, you need to start PT. We'll meet back in a month in January, and we'll see where you are." Well, the PT that they had scheduled me wasn't going to be until a month from now in mid-January. And
Yeah.
so I went and I called some random places around, like locally where I am, and I got in. So that way I can go the next few weeks and get it done. And so by the time I go to the doctor, we'll know what I need to do next. And so what we were speaking about is how sometimes you have to like take the extra step and advocate for yourself, whether it's healthcare, whether it's finances, whatever. And a lot of times I think it's easier just to be like, okay, I can't come back for 4 weeks, but being in this headspace that we've been in lately, I'm just really trying to take advantage and do the things earlier and proactive if I can. So I was really proud of that because normally it's so busy right now with the meetings and the school and the things I normally would be like, okay, fine, I'll go in 4 weeks. But I was like, no, I really want to take advantage. Like we're into the year, met our deductible. Like let me take care of this now. So that when I go in January, I can figure out my next steps then. That was a long intro, but day's been
Yeah.
good. Day's been good.
Yay.
Let's start off.
No, I love it.
Oh,
I think you make great points because I think the system is kind of a little bit broken. As much as I'm grateful for, our medical system, it's a little broken, it's probably a little overwhelmed. You know what I mean? Like there's just so many people. Anyway, we can save that for another day.
another day, another dollar. Okay.
Yeah, let's talk
What
about the holidays.
Let's do it. So, how's it going over there in Oklahoma for your holiday season?
It's going pretty well. We have all of our decorations up. We've had that done for a little while now. Um, I really thought I would be further along with my Christmas shopping by now because, like, I'm not working full time like I was, but Honestly, I probably am working just as as much, just in different ways. So I'm staying pretty busy. But I have a plan and I'm excited. Let's see, we talked a little bit about the elves already. We have two elves, and their names are Mary, Merry, and Chase. And so the kids named them when they got them. And they're here, but I don't know if they've moved in the last couple days because nope, nobody decided to believe in them anymore. So so they're pretty still. Um, Although our son does get up in the morning and I'm like right there trying to say good morning to him, and he's like running off looking for the elf still. And I'm like, hello, I'm your mother. Good morning. But I'm second. I'm second place after the elves. I think that's it. My husband and I got to have a shopping date. We went to breakfast. After we took the kids to school, we went to breakfast and then we did some shopping, and that was really nice. And that's about it. We're doing Christmas dinner at my mom's house. It's kind of our usual thing. Everybody gets together over there. Um, and it's just a really nice day. We do presents for the kids. For the grown-ups, we're like, meh, we all have everything we need, and it's just a lot of fun. We kind of all know what we're going to bring. It's like very routine now, and it's very fun. And I I think that's my son had his Christmas play at church the other night, which was really cute, and that went really well. And then my daughter has her Christmas recital Saturday. So we're doing all the things.
Very good.
Yeah, tell me about yours.
Well, we did not do the elf. We have still not brought the elf out. We just kind of skipped over that, which is fine. She's very excited. We do have a stocking that I think I had it in Florida when I was living there that I just haven't has like all the days of Christmas. And she's very excited to move that every day. So that's good. That's what she's excited about.
That's kind of
Um,
random but fun.
yeah, it's
It's
really
unique.
just very random. I don't know. Every day she gets up and tells us it's one more day closer to Christmas. Um, I
Mm,
did get, I'm in a mom's group at our church, and yesterday we made a little activity, and it's 7 days before Christmas. So I'm going to start the week of Christmas, and then it starts with like, it starts with Mary, and they have the stickers, and your kid will put it on the manger. I'm going to hang it up. And so every day it's
mhm.
like a little story. So I am going to do that with her this year because she's only 4.5, so we're still like getting into the traditions. Um, she's already seen two of her presents, which I told you. So
Whoops.
that's really great. But they were from mom
Yeah.
and dad, anyways. They were from us, but they were one of them was the bigger one. And I really played it off, and I was like, well, that's not for you. So who's it for? I'm like, just some little girl. And they moved past it. I'll let you know if that works later because I'm going to hide them all now. I don't know. Yeah, I'm going to try to be more spirited. From these episodes, people were like, wow, what a Grinch. I'm not a Grinch. I love Christmas. I love all the things. I am going to do some traditions. So the week of Christmas this year, we're going to do gingerbread cookies, and we'll make the reindeer food. We will do that for
Mm,
Santa. She has her first little recital this weekend as well. It'll be the
mm,
Nutcracker, and she'll be a snowflake. And yeah, so for our holidays, we really, since she's been born, Christmas Day, we're here. And it's mainly just the three of us. There's been a couple times that we've had his parents here, and then one time my niece was here. But we really just have the three of us, like Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, and it's been like that since well, she was born. And we generally do Christmas with his family after the holiday. And then this year, we're going to go a couple days after Christmas and go see my grandma, which my grandma, with my brother and sister in law for a couple of days up in Lubbock. And then we're going to come home and then go to the coast to see his family. And I'll let you know how that all goes. So we're non-traditional. I mean, growing up, you and I were pretty traditional. I think we were together like every Christmas, I believe, around there, pretty much. Either at nanny's or at my house, or we'd go right after together. So it's kind of fun
yeah.
to hear what you do now because it's different than what we used to do a little bit.
Yeah. So on Christmas Eve, I didn't even think to talk about that. Um, I tried to start a little thing where they get like something to open.
Mm,
And so I did the pajamas there for a while, but then it was like they actually like to wear Christmas pajamas like well before that day. And now they have a few pair that already fit. So it's like, do we really need another pair? So one year I just let them open a gift early. So I thought about just getting them an extra little gift and putting it under the tree this year. One year they opened a book. It was I don't know how you pronounce it. It's almost like Nora, but it's like two O's. It's like Nura, and she's like the fox or something that goes with the elf. So they opened that and read it. But we kind of like cozy up. We have a wood burning fireplace. We get in our Christmas jammies. I got a couple of years ago, I got a like an espresso machine and I can steam like the milk and make drinks.
love
So I'll
it.
make like eggnog hot chocolate and we'll have a snack. We'll sit down and read those books. And then we always read Polar Express. And then we read The Night Before Christmas.
We
And then the
too.
kids go to bed.
So we have actually, I didn't, we do that. We have Polar Express the night before Christmas. We do the night before Christmas as well. Of course, she's only 4.5. So the last 2 years, she's really been able to understand it now. So it's kind of fun. We also do the gift Christmas Eve as well. So here's the thing. So I was at this group yesterday, and it's one at our church that I go to about once a month or every other week, and which we did the little project. It's a mom's group, so it's really cool because they'll bring different speakers in. I think I've told you about this before, and it's just a way to connect with other moms in the holiday seasons or any season of life. And this season, what they focused on, we did a little activity, but they were really focusing on like the stress of Christmas. Like, don't let the stress of Christmas get to you. And I think that it's so important to remember that. And I believe even before kids, I felt the stress of it, like getting the right gifts for people at work, for the family, whatnot. And I'm really leaning into that. And I'm kind of becoming a minimalist by nature, anyways. I just am. So I know we've talked about presents. So like even for our daughter, like the big presents, the big, I quote that, whatever that is, comes from mom and dad. And then Santa always does like the smaller presents. I mean, sometimes, he'll even bring like underwear and socks and stuff, and a toy,
Mm-hmm.
whatever. So I really think that just like not, I don't want to say keeping up with the Joneses and like remembering the true meaning behind Christmas. So like we talk about Jesus knows like why we celebrate it, but the magic is still fun. Like I want her to experience all of that as well. Um, so I think that's important. It's like, how are you handling the stress? Like, what do you feel about that? What are some things that you do to kind of, I have to stop myself sometimes and be like, let's enjoy this. Like we went to get our tree. We just got our tree last week, get a live tree. And there's a slide and we're like trying to find the tree. I was like, Mom, just come slide with me. You know what? I was like, you know what? Yeah, let's go. We went and slid for like 10 minutes. And I just forgot about looking for the tree, the perfect tree. I didn't care. Took us 2 seconds. She didn't care about that. Like those moments are what I'm trying to embrace more. The hot chocolate, staying up a little bit later and getting some hot chocolate. The other morning, I think I texted you and I was running there and to try to Christmas shop. And we stopped at breakfast and I got the biggest hot chocolate with marshmallows. And I was like, I don't know if this is a good idea, but we did it. And I'm just trying to embrace those moments more than just like the hustle and bustle of the perfect presents and stuff, I don't know about.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Oof. So this year is so different. And I keep saying that, I think, every time we talk, but it's so different because my whole during my entire motherhood experience, I have always had a full-time job where I had to leave and go to the office, or the last 3 years I was working from home full time. And so there was a little bit more stress because I didn't have that flexibility in my schedule. So that's a little bit of stress gone. Um, we do budget for the holidays and birthdays and things all year, just kind of like set aside a little bit every month. And so that's never really stressful as long as I can like stay within. Um, but I will say, I think in the past, because I had my career, I would probably go a little bit over. I had more cushion
Yeah.
and I could be a little bit, because I love to give gifts. Um, I don't know. I love to do that. And I think I have a little bit of guilt this year because I feel like I have to be, like, I have to rein it
Okay.
in a little bit. I mean, I have the budget, but at the same time, I just can't really, like, I have to be more strict with it, I guess. And so I don't think I have a lot of stress. I think I just have a little bit of guilt. And then also, my kids are getting into different stages. So from the time they were babies, I always did a really simple, like something you want, something you need, something to wear, something to read. And then they would get their big gift, and that was usually like a scavenger hunt, which that is something we can talk about in a little bit. But as they've gotten older, now my daughter is 13 and she wants like clothes. She wants a lot of like name brand things. Like she's requesting like UGG and Free People and like skincare, all the things from like Ulta and Sephora. And then our son is really kind of hard to shop for because he doesn't want, he requested like a Segway, which those are like $10,000. I don't even know. He wanted like a Segway, a Nerf gun, which he already has like a million Nerf guns. And like, I just don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to get him. So I feel like I can't stay in those categories this year, I guess, because our daughter is like, she just wants clothes. She just wants like clothes and shoes and makeup and skincare. So I'm like, in my head, it's like, well, it's her Christmas. So kind of want to, I don't know. I feel like the older they get, and because they're in different stages, and then because they're girl and boy, it's hard to give them both what they're wanting or something that's going to make them smile on Christmas morning and still like kind of keep it even and like stay in a budget and not just like, go all out. I don't know. That is my biggest thing I'm trying to balance right now, I think.
So I will say, I don't have those ages, but I do have a 27-year-old and a 13, or sorry, 27 and 22-year-old niece. And so I watched them go through those stages. And as they
Mm-hmm.
grew to now, because I do still do Christmas, it's like, money, or I'm like, hey, give me a list of 5 things that you want. And now at this point, it's just like they need money or the gift card, and it's just they're older, they're adults. But I would say, the guilt of it. It's so funny that you say that because, like, I also stepped away from my career. It'll be 2 years in February that I stepped away. And I feel the opposite of you as far as like, I don't know what, like, you were saying what you said earlier. Like, I feel like not the guilt, like not the I feel like I have, first of all, yes, I'm busier now than I was when I was working. We talk about that all the time. I don't know how that
Mm-hmm.
is. I feel busier. But maybe because I was more intentional because I was full time from home, but I was maybe more intentional that I felt like I had everything more organized than I do now. Because I knew the times that I had to do it. I knew the time to sit down. I knew the time to organize Christmas cards, all the things then. And now it's like I have different times, different days. So now I feel more discombobulated than when I was like, okay, these are my meetings. This is my time. I have this time to do this. So now I feel like should have more time, but all of a sudden I'm like, nope, I did do Christmas cards. That's the one thing every
Mm-hmm.
year that I'm like, I'm not gonna do it. And then I do it. And now
Yeah.
people get them the week before Christmas, but whatever, they're gonna get them. You were talking about the pajamas earlier. So that's the one thing that we kind of started doing every year we get pajamas. And that's the one thing we go and get pictures taken every year. Besides one year we didn't do it, I don't think. Um, but I'm excited to kind of continue that until if she does that when she's older. But it's interesting what stresses us out because for me, I feel now like I'm more like, oh, like I'm more discombobulated than I was when I
Mm-hmm.
was working. Because when I was
Well,
working, I was
you
like,
guys are
you,
traveling too.
well, you had to get it done.
That's a little more
Um,
stressful.
but
Yeah, when you only
not
have
till
a
after
certain window,
Christmas.
then you're more
You get
like
it.
intentional. Yeah.
Yes, I feel like that's what I was trying to say. The traveling's fine. I'm done with all that. I'm not worried about the travel because we're driving and it's not until after. In fact, I love it because it's after Christmas. So think about
Yeah.
it. I don't have anything to do until December 27th, really, besides for my family. But it's just I feel like just the intentionality of it for me is like, oh, I have time, but we do have our Christmas
Mm.
decorations up. But I
Yeah.
will follow what you do for your kids. I would like, and I do like tell us the categories again. That there's
Uh,
categories.
Something you want, something you need, something to wear, and something to read.
I like that. I think I'm going to
Yeah.
do that next year.
Well,
And
my
so
daughter is not a
yeah,
huge reader, so she's like, this year she's like, if you give me a book, I'm taking it back. And she's a teenager, let's be real. It's just not her thing. Our son loves to read. Our daughter, not so much. There are a couple books that she saw that she kind of She thought this might be okay. Here's another thing to navigate at this age is the books that are being sort of advertised to 13-year-olds are not very appropriate. And so a couple that she had on her list, and I looked them up, and I thought, no, I don't think we're gonna read that until we're maybe like 17. So it's a whole
Yeah.
nother world. But I mean, yeah, with your baby girl being 4.5, it's like this is the year that she's like more aware and like,
Yeah.
when they're little, it's so easy. Like
Oh,
even if I
yeah.
don't stick to those four categories, I still like the idea of keeping it simple. So even if she were to get a couple of things on her list that were kind of more like, you know, they still might get like four or five things to open and then a scavenger hunt thing and then their stockings
My friend does
and they're
scavenger hunt.
good.
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Okay. What is your, not to like just totally switch over, but I feel like we could talk about this forever, all the gifts and things.
Yeah.
What is your favorite holiday tradition, childhood or current?
Okay, so that's where I was like, "Ooh, we can talk about this in a little bit,"
Oh, okay.
because
Good.
when I was a kid, maybe even before I was old enough, my mom started doing scavenger hunts for our big gift when we were little. Um, so I think she started with my brother, and then when I got old enough, then I started doing them. And somehow we started calling them Heidi, like hiding, like they're hidden Heidi presents, and then they became just like Heidi's. And then we'd be like, Mom, make sure you do Heidi's this year. Like it's a whole thing.
I love it.
And so now my brother has four kids, and his oldest is what, like 16? He'll be 17 in March. It's crazy. And I have two. And so we have both done Heidi presents with our kids since they were old enough to do them also.
I
Yep.
love
And
that.
yeah, thank you. I even did one for my husband, I think like maybe like the first year we were dating or something. He came over and did Christmas with us, and I think I did one for him too. So it was kind of
I
fun.
love that.
Yeah.
It's a good
How
idea.
about
So you
you?
only do like one or two. I'm gonna be honest. I don't really remember like that.
Mm.
I don't. And this could probably go into our I don't remember like I don't. And that's like not to be we don't like for growing up, we would get up in the morning and we would go see our Santa gift and we play and then we'd like eat breakfast. But I don't remember like any like traditions for like family. One of my favorite traditions that me, my husband, and my daughter do though is just as a family is get up and Christmas morning we stay in our PJs all day for Christmas. And we do Christmas like breakfast casserole. We do our presents and we just chill all day. So I guess that's kind of a tradition is just like getting up and being in our PJs all day and play. Like we're very just chill. Like that's what it's been at least for the last 4 years, I guess. So we'll continue to kind of do it. Even when we have people over, like you get up and we do a breakfast casserole, we do our presents, and we just sit in our pajamas and we just do it everyone all day and don't get out of our pajamas. So that's our tradition right now. That's my favorite.
I love it.
But I
I
like the
love
Heidi.
that.
My daughter would love the Heidi presents.
Yeah, she's old enough now. I mean,
I
you can
know.
make them really simple. And
Yeah.
honestly, I have
Dude,
always like the kids would go to bed and then we would stay up late finishing like wrapping and things like that. And inevitably, I would always leave the Heidi clues until like the night, like literally that night before Christmas after the kids went to bed. So I'm like trying
how
to get
many
them in the room.
clues? How many
Mhm.
clues do you do? Just like three, or does it matter? Does it matter?
Um, they're up to like, I don't know, 7 or 8 at least. And I want to say last year they had one together or something.
Okay.
Like I'm trying to remember, they did their big gift and then they had one together, and I ordered this. It's really cool. It's like this little capsule thing. It's like encrypted with letters, and you can set the code, and then so I created something where they had to decipher it and then put the code in and turn it, and it opens the little capsule.
Love it.
I mean, it looked like something from like National Treasure. It was very cool. And
Very
inside
cool.
of it had like a little cache for each one of them, and then plane tickets because we flew out somewhere for spring break. And so
Ah,
they had been
fun.
asking, like, we want to fly. So yeah, we did that last year. But
Very cool.
yeah, we get creative with it. Like, one year, if the gift is like in the garage, like there was a tag that went outside to like a door button, and then they find the door button. One year they had to go to the neighbors. So we left a clue with the neighbors, and they had to go over there and like sing a carol, and then the neighbors gave them their clue. So
Very cool. I love it, Jamie.
yeah,
That's very cool.
yeah, I think it's fun. Kind of running out of ideas, but nowadays I'm thinking ChatGPT can probably write my clues for me.
I love it. You're very creative.
I mean, I don't know if I keep using things like that. Hopefully, I don't lose my creative mind.
You'll be fine.
I bet at 4 years old you could do, I don't know, like 5 clues or something. But you
Yeah.
could do them simple. You could do them like a song, like fill in the blank.
Yes, I could definitely start doing this. I love that idea. Like, I love this idea. Like, I actually, so my friend does a scavenger hunt, and the daughter's 13 now, and they've been doing it, and she loves it every year. But also, I'll be real, I'm a pretty simple person. So I'm going to think about it before I do, because then I know I'm in it to win it and do it every year. And so I'm also like, I don't know. The traditions are hard for me sometimes. I don't know why tradition sometimes is just, I don't know. It's hard. I don't know if it's because of losing my parents, not having them here. I don't know. Like, it's not bad. It's just, I don't know. It's something to think about. Like, traditions are really, really good to have. And like the memories that we have as a family, like I remember from us, like all holidays with the Nanny's deviled eggs. And then your mom would make, I don't know, she's really good at that sopapilla cheesecake. Remember that?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. They would make all kinds of things.
Yeah.
So tell us about, I mean, we're talking about all the nice, like uplifting, fun, exciting
Yeah.
things, but tell me about going into the holidays, with that in mind, like without parents around and things like that.
Oh gosh, and now we're gonna go. No, I don't really know over the years, and you can tell me because even after like when you lost Nanny, because I know for many years she was such a big part of y'all's holidays too. So I'm sure that was hard. I think holidays for me this year has been particularly interesting because we literally just lost our youngest daughter. Um, it'll be a year in January. It'll be a year. So just knowing like a year ago that we were expecting and I was fully, pregnant going through all that and then looking the last, 11 months where we are, I sometimes get stuck being really sad or just like wanting to like disassociate with it. And so when I do that, you talk about losing, my mom and my dad over the years, like that can be a lot. So it's like even us talking about this in traditions, like I love it, but it's hard for me to talk about or even create them with my daughter. I don't know why that maybe I don't really know why that is. That's a therapy question 101, I guess, is like why going it's good and it's bad, right? Because you want to like be happy. I'm excited for her. I love it. But at the same time, it's like dealing with my own grief of not having mom and dad around for the last, I don't know, over a decade or not remembering things from the childhood. Like it's interesting. Earlier, I was talking about like I don't remember like us having. That's something maybe I could talk to my brother, but like I don't remember us having traditions, and we probably did, but we just haven't had them in 11 to 15 plus years. Um, but also creating that for my daughter, which is one of the reasons why you and I reunited the last couple of years has been so great because you remind me of things from childhood that I don't remember, and same with your mom or your dad. Um, but holidays are interesting for me. I would say like they're good. I really when my husband and I first met, like around the holidays, I'd be kind of stressed and I'd get really anxious and get kind of like moody. And I think I'm not like that as much this year going into them. But I don't know. I'm happy some days and I'm sad some days because just the reality of like who's not with us is kind of fresh this year.
Yeah,
Um, but I'm trying. Have read
you're
on.
doing great. You're
Thanks.
doing
Was that did
great.
that
You're a
answer
great
your question?
mama.
Yeah. Thanks. So
Yeah,
yeah,
I
yeah. I don't want to
know
end
you're
on that note. We got to bring it back up a little bit. Okay. No.
no, you're good. I know for sure, like we talked about how and everything happened and the family kind of like drifted apart. I think the holidays were a big, like the holidays sort of magnified that. So whether it was, you know, people in our family that had passed away, or just family members that moved away or weren't around, or we just weren't doing our normal things. I mean, we even had families that we grew up with that were not our family, but they were such close friends that they would come over on holidays sometime. And,
Yeah.
there came a point in life where we didn't do that anymore. So it's like when you're kind of used to doing it, maybe there's something there of like, maybe you don't want to set a tradition because it's like, what if you can't keep it going? Or I don't
Oh,
know, there's something there. And there's definitely like, as much fun as we have, it feels like a reminder of like, it just magnifies like what's missing sometimes. And
oh,
it's hard.
beautiful, Jamie Dawn. I think that there's beauty in knowing, well, first, the meaning of Christmas, what it means like for a Christian, for us,
Yeah.
also that there is a heaven, right? That we'll all be reunited. I feel like Christmas is beautiful. And I also feel like the holidays can be so hard for people that are going through a hard time, whether it's because of grief or loss, or like they're dealing with just family drama, whatever it is. And I feel like it's just so, that's why I actually put something the other day about like, this Christmas, just remember someone is the first Christmas without maybe a parent or a child, or going through it alone, or going through like a diagnosis. And it's just really important to still be kind, because so many times we're going through the holidays, you're busy, you're doing the things, and then people get cranky. And it's like, that's what I'm saying. Like, remember like what it is, like what brings us together, right? Like why we're celebrating. Not getting lost in the weeds, also being really open with me and you talking, and it's like talking about the traditions, even though they sound so great, like it does something to me, because like I don't remember. And it's not bad, it's just like I don't,
Mm.
maybe kind of start thinking about that. Like, and then it's like with my daughter, which is why we do the therapy and we read the books and we go do all the things, because I want to create that for her, that foundation for her to remember that way in 50 years or whenever that happens. I'm not with her, that she'll be able to carry them on. And that's something that I think I've been healing with. And, with mom and her depression, there was a lot of holidays that I honestly just remember, sometimes she couldn't get out of bed.
Yeah.
And because she got diagnosed when I was 15, so that's, sometimes she could, but I always saw her trying to do it, which was amazing. And so a lot of times I look back at my life and like, I want to find myself wanting to do things because I want to, not because I have to. I get that's good. You want to do things out of your heart, not because you feel like you have to. So I never want to pressure anyone for gifts or to do anything only because they want to or are able to. And I feel like that is something to remember going into, because not everyone can afford to do the things. Not everyone has the mental capacity to do everything. So keeping up with the Joneses, comparing ourselves on social media, what this person has. That's why honestly, around Christmas, probably pretty soon, around Christmas and New Year's, for a while, I've just totally get off of social media completely.
Mm.
Just to like be present with my family. But I also think it's just something about not looking around and scrolling, you know what I mean? The scrolling doom.
Yeah.
Or just getting on my phone to try to disconnect because I want to distract myself because I'm starting to feel a certain way. Like I will literally get off of certain things and put my phone away during the holidays for like all day long. I do that a lot in life actually. But so this is just one of
Yeah.
them, just to kind of get my mind, because I think it's so easy whenever we start feeling too deeply or doing the things, pick up our phone, check our email, check our social, do all that.
Mhm.
So I don't know how you are with it, but so during the holidays, I really try, especially with my husband's home. Like he has some when he has time, and with her being home, I really just try not to have it. So if you don't hear from me, that's why. It's because I don't have my
No, I love it. I
electronics.
think that's a great reason. That was one thing too, is something new for me this year is because I'm not working, you know, in my career anymore. I'll be available the whole 2 weeks
I
when my kids
know.
are out of school. And so I do have some things that we've been working on that I'm trying to be really intentional to get everything done before their last day of school so
Okay.
that when that break hits, we can do like every year we like to go ice skating. We want to take them out to have like a nice like dessert or dinner or something. I don't know, there's just a few places in the area that are like fun holiday things. And so I want to make sure that when that time comes around, I can be present for them and fully focus on them and just like enjoy it without any other obligations. I've never been able to do that, and I'm so excited.
I I am so excited for you. I can't wait to hear how it goes. Embrace it. Don't be, you are a great mom. Don't be hard on yourself. Also, just remember if you start thinking about the things that need to be done, stop the spiral and come back to where we
Mm.
are. We have to do that for me, it's like 20 times a day. I know we're about to end this. We could talk about this all day. So, yeah,
Yeah, but so you were talking a little bit about like just missing people during the holidays. And I know sometimes it can be hard too, not only just missing people, but if the losses occurred around the holiday season, sometimes that can be triggering too.
mhm,
So, while we do want to wish everyone a very, very Merry Christmas and Happy Holiday, hope everybody has a great New Year. Just know too, like our hearts go out, like, you know, we understand feeling that absence or that hole or that pain. And so just sending out love and prayers to everybody to have a great holiday season, no matter what that looks like. And
of course, like don't, enjoy the present. If you have moments where you're feeling sad, just remember that this too shall pass. If you are listening and you want to reach out, you can always email us as well because we are here. And holidays, like I said earlier, they can be very happy and joyful. They can also be very sad. And we do understand that feeling. And no matter what, especially around Christmas, it's the end of the year. So we definitely have the ending and then we have a new beginning. And so sometimes for me, like knowing that transition will help me to be like, okay, like I may be feeling this way, but this is going to pass. We're going to go through the next year. So sometimes that helps me kind of get through to the next year if I'm having a hard time with the
mm,
holidays.
that's beautiful. I love that.
You're beautiful.
Oh, you're beautiful. Do you want to tell them what we have coming up?
So I think we put a few episodes out, and this is hilarious because here we are doing a podcast together. And for anyone, if no one listens, our daughters are going to hear this one day in 20 years. Okay, we're going to keep this, and they're going to hear this, and they're going to be like, "Oh my goodness, our moms."
They're gonna be
So
like,
yeah, I'm going to love it. So what does a podcast look like for 2026? Really, we're going to go into the new year. We want to be more vulnerable about
mm,
both of our stories, both of our testimonies. We would like to also start at some point bringing some guests in to share all the things, how to get through life, what they're going through, and we just really want to connect with whoever's listening. Right? What do you want to add anything on that?
yeah, no, I love it. We got started. Here we are. We're doing it. We're having a great time, but we haven't really dove into the deep stuff yet. And so that is coming next year. And so stick around with us and check it out next year, 2026, because it is going to get real.
Yeah, I love it, and we have no idea what we're doing, but we're doing it, right, Jamie?
We're doing it. No, shh, don't tell them that we don't know.
Oh, no, I think it's good to tell them we don't know. All right.
I know.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. We truly hope this episode has touched your heart.
If someone came to mind while you were listening, please feel free to share this with them.
And if you have any questions or feedback for us, you can reach us at allthingsunbrokenpodcast@gmail.com.
Have an awesome day.